What's your name? Maybe you have a nickname.
Let me tell you my name first. Alexandros.
Okay.
It's Alexandros Kokinakis, full name. My nickname might be Koki, from Kokinakis, simple. Sometimes they call me Axel Koki. We make Alex like Axel. I have very good heart about Alexander the Great.
Okay.
It's very famous. And Kokinakis actually means petite red. So red might
Petite?
Red, rouge.
Red. Okay.
So that might be my color. I was born in Athens. I'm from Greece. Because now I'm not an Athenian, I'm not an Arcadian. I can say I'm Greek. Big boom. For me, if I would say real big boom, the only thing that firstly, and surprised me actually the question, but what firstly came to my mind is the explosion of energy before enlightenment. They say in the speech of cultivations that before you reach your enlightenment, there is an explosion. So let's say something like the Big Bang.
Okay.
But let's take it in a more personal, selfless matter, an explosion of energy. And this unlocks some things and then you reach enlightenment. So the first thing that came to me, big boom, is this, yes.
Enlightenment, like next level, no?
Big boom! Yeah, if it's not that, then all the other big booms, how big can they be? I mean, enlightenment might be the most important thing you can achieve in life. But I always go with the flow. Wherever I am, I try to adapt, like water. I like rivers very much. The river can smoothly outstand all difficulties and flow naturally, not too much effort. River just goes. It can do damage, it can adapt, it can smooth you up, cool you up, it can treat you well. I like the river, I like the water. I'm Pisces, by the way. But on my way, as I flow, I learned three principles: truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. So every time I have like this guidance, looking within and realize what do I do right or not. You might be pissed, you might be jealous, you might be fake, you might want to do something for personal gain, you want to mistreat somebody. So all these things lead you in corruption, more or less. But because corruption is not only the big thing that you take money under the table, or corruption is everything that is declined from what is pure, what is the universe way. So let's say with these three principles, truthfulness, compassion and tolerance, I learned that I can safely maintain being good person. And truthfulness is bigger, like is to be straightforward, is to be your real self. Compassion, benevolence, to be kind to other persons and other beings. Tolerance, to be patient, to outstand difficulties. It's a huge amount of qualities. When it comes to dreams, I used to have dreams. I don't think I have dreams. I have dreams when I sleep, but I don't have dream targets. But I have little targets, which are more like a dream. I dream of a beautiful garden with people being nice to each other. I dream of my projects here to end nicely. I don't dream further than this. I'm just focused on that for now. I have some really accurate targets. I want the villa to be prepared to the top, the gardens, the tree houses, the pigeon tower, everything to be to meet the top of the standards it could possibly get.
Okay.
And same for my hotel here. I don't dream of anything else. For now, I'm just focused on these targets, and I think that while I'm doing that, and the way I'm doing that, I also meet myself more. I meet a lot of people. We make something here, and that's the flow. So I just focus on my targets, but always feel flowing. Because I really flow, I go with the flow. I try to at least.
Okay.
I don't even try, I just flow. Even that was just the flow. I met somebody, he had an eco village. We just tried to combine our knowledge and experience to make a house of arts, like a building that would host artists, do several events. We tried to work on that, and I saw what he was doing in his eco community. I was very interested, so he guided me to Woofie's and Workaway. I just left it. I had an experience with his Workaways that visited me. I don't even want to go there. It was crazy. My first experience was crazy, but later on through Couchsurf, a girl suggested, look, I will make it for you. We'll make a Workaway. You need it here. It will be fantastic. So she just made it. I just let her make it.
Okay.
And then Pan was the first who came with 5 more. So we immediately started as a little community. And it was July last summer. And since then, it's been fantastic. A little bit too demanding, not money-wise, but myself-wise.
Yeah.
I'm putting a lot of presence. Myself is in this Workaway. Everybody, everything in my life, my friends now, my girlfriend, my staff at the hotel, my cook at home. Everybody is Workaway. Everything around me is Workaway. I might get married to a Workaway again. Like, everything is Workaway now. As I said, every challenge in life is hard. Otherwise, you could be living in the jungle or in a cave alone, and you'll be doing your thing. But since you are in a society, in every kind of society levels, there is some difficulties. So our kind of microscopic level of society, because we are a small society into another society, it has its own challenges, but they're not so hard. Yet again, you can be a good person, you can follow truthfulness, compassion and tolerance, Jen Shan Ren in Chinese, and you can do well in that. Or you can be angry, demanding, pissed with everybody, depressed, anxious. You can be all those things anywhere, and you cannot be everywhere. Pan, I'm watching you. Paco. Yeah. I just want to thank Bobby, who's been... Bobby's like a baker, but he doesn't only bake bread and put plaster on the wall and fill the gaps and everything, but he bakes the atmosphere. He makes magic, like. And of course Roman. Roman is like a charismatic guy. He's trying to find methods to save people, alternative ways of life, but it's not just that. He's charismatic. Like, I'm not gonna tell about Roman. He's amazing. And then we have people like Tommy, for me. Such a kind being. I saw him and I was like, what is this? He's like a criminal. And then he's like a little bear. He drinks too much. So is Paco. They should watch their liquor. And I used to drink. I used to smoke. I know how it is and I respect that phase. But now I don't smoke, I don't drink. And I just try to slightly let people be more aware about it. It affects a lot. Pan. But
Okay.
I have some more people to thank.
Okay.
Dama and Freddy. Mihoko, Anna, the Colombians, which is the Polish and the Colombians. Long story. Simon Fix It All, Morgan, Anita, Taylor, Graham, an old chap, 65-year-old, first team of Workaways.
Okay.
He requested to visit, to volunteer. I saw him, I'm like, what this old guy wants to do with us here? Like, why do I need 65-year-old man? And anyways, I think later, who am I to judge who's coming or not? It's just the flow. I accept everybody since then. And he was my first crew. So Graham came as all of us together. The 65-year-old guy, he was the youngest. He was in for everything. He had so much good vibes. He would ride a motorcycle, he would take my car, so we could go 2 cars riding around, cruising Peloponnese. He could fix things, he could do so many things. Like, my first experience taught me never judge anybody, accept everybody. Everybody may be very important to be here. So since then, I always accept only the ones who are really meant to be here, they manage to come. I always accept them, even if I'm like full at home, full at the hotel. I say, please come. Something will happen, a door will open, they will have somewhere to stay, the food, the money, everything will be enough for everybody. I've never stayed disappointed with anything like this. Like the universe covers it very well. This Workaway project is very well taken care of. Not by me.
You're followed. You're followed.
I'm just following. I'm just following up. Faith and religion, it's different. Spirituality and religion again is not very compatible. Religion is more like politics for me. I don't like church. I don't like religion. I don't mean that I don't like people who are religious, because the religion usually teach you how to become better. But for me, it's more practical. There's creation, there are levels, infinite levels of all sorts of divine beings. Divinity itself is everywhere, from the most microscopic particle to the maximum, the planets you see, the star system, the galaxy. There's always levels, there are always beings. I'm just looking inside again. As I said before, I can only judge myself, believe in myself, how I can improve, try to help around me, try to be one part of a whole. And then 3 principles I will say again: Zen San Ren. This is something from very high levels. Falun Gong teaches a lot about what is to be spiritual, but more in a more practical way.
Okay.
For me, it's what made things clear. So it's not a religion. I'm not in the religion of Falun Gong, but it's a cultivation practice that I do. And as I cultivate myself more and more, I constantly see better inside me and around me. I can't explain what is God or what is things that are infinite, but to my personal level, my wisdom and understanding is happy with what it sees.
Okay.
I'm satisfied. I could say you snooze, you lose, but but then immediately I have to tell you, no loss, no gain. So in order to win,
Yeah.
you must lose.
Okay. I accept to lose. Oh.
There must be a balance.
Mm.
You have to accept that you failed and win something else. There's this balance of no loss, no gain. In order to win something, you have to lose something else.
Okay.
That's why you must accept when you lose, because you will win something else. Well, it's really philosophical, maybe rhetorical. Well, what could be happiness? When you are peaceful, you have peace in mind, you are getting rid of anxiety, stress, all these thoughts that vanish in your head, that they try to make you want more, or they try to make you be afraid. So I think meditation and practicing within, they reach you to these levels of happiness where nothing can affect you. Something will happen, even if it's very bad, you will not be affected. You will just observe it. Okay, that happened. I mean, what else could be happiness? It's not money, it's not things that make you showing off, but it's good when you have basic things like friends, roof, food, and then you manage to not be too overwhelmed in your mind, when you're peaceful, when you have empty mind, when your thoughts are pure, when you can enjoy the simple things like the sun, or a walk, or your pets, or a companion. What is happiness? What else? If you are able to help yourself and help others around you, maybe this is a nice circulation, a nice cycloma of happiness that moves around that kind of positiveness. You are happy, you can help others be happy, then they will help you back be happy, and you
Like
circulate. Yes, you circulate that happiness. If you are happy, don't keep it for yourself. Spread it around. Don't be greedy. Don't be selfish. Nobody's selfish and happy. Let's start by take a global picture of a grain of sand. Okay, it's tiny. Buddha Sakyamuni said that in a grain of sand there are 3,000 universes, and in each universe of those there are rivers and everything, and then again sand, and in this sand there are again more, so it goes infinite into the matter. So it's regarding also the perspective. If we now see the grain of sand, what do you see? Nothing. You don't know if the sun goes well or goes bad, or it's just you don't care. But as a member of this planet, I'm a little bit worried about the people and if they know what they're doing. I understand that more and more people are getting enlightened to basic things, like the very basic things. They are more awakened. That doesn't mean that there is not the other balance, that there are the people that always pursue for personal gain, they harm each other, they make war, they really try to gain and gain and gain more and more. So at the end of the day, I really don't know where we're going. I only can say that I would try more for me to become better, and maybe I can inspire more to improve a little bit, and the more the people improve, I think the better for all the planet, because it's a little bit of critical times. So when I finished studies in England, I was in London for 5-6 years doing engineering. I always had in my mind that I would come back to Megalopoli to renovate my properties. But I would only think about a year, and I would think I would be very rich and I could support everything immediately. Then after the crisis and everything, all this was impossible. I couldn't even have a job as an engineer. So I was traveling, I was exploring myself, I was low budget, I was dependent on my parents mostly, and then I found myself in Beirut with a girl, and we were trying to move together. So I thought that Megalopoli would be nice, we have a business, we have a nice villa. Why that should not be home for somebody, because no member of my family is interested in this area here. So I felt like it's a good choice. Then after a while living with this girl here, she decided to quit our relationship. She abandoned me. Let's just say. So I became so happy here being single in Megalopoli with my hotel and the villa. I was really happy, and then I decided that for now it's the best thing that could ever happen to me, and I'm doing my best for this place. Not only the properties, my business and the house, but also for the place. I interact with the whole town. I am someone who people can talk to. Who have it's a small town anyways. It's nice being. I feel very good being a member of this town. And I'm a little bit eccentric. I'm a little bit different from ordinary here, and it's very cool. They like me. People like me a lot. I like them also. It's fantastic.
Perfect.
It's perfect. For now, it's perfect.
Okay.
And it also feels like I'm doing another bachelor, because I'm 3 years now, and I almost meet my targets, and I have like my masters now. The next year will be the masters. So if I manage to finish my diploma here, maybe I have another target later. But for now, I'm focused, devoted, and I'm giving my best self for these projects. Guys, try anything that your intuition tells you. Follow your heart, follow your intuition, but please be real people, be your real self. Be with everyone from everywhere. It's nice when people are letting their real self come up. Be yourself, be you, be happy. Blah 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 blah. I don't have stereotypes. I think French people are cool. Supposedly my stereotype is that they have good manners, savoir-vivre. They are very charming. La fleur, mon amour, la la la. Yeah, I've been in Paris, I've been in South France. I think they're cool. I like Renault so much, it's my favorite brand. Renault.
Okay.
I grew up with a Clio. I have a Twingo here for heavy works. Twingo probably is the best car ever made in an open, massive market. I like France. I like the cuisine. I like the tartare. Well, I'll tell you 3 books that helped me a lot. The one that I read while I was in my military service is called The Power of Now, of Eckhart Tolle. He actually explains how you can be present every moment instead of being anxious about something that will come or regretting about something that happened. And then the School of Gods, Stefano Diana, he insists of you becoming better, like better. And it's a very strong book. Then those books were little steps. So when I started studying the main book of Falun Gong, it's called Tourner la rue de la loi. Tourner la rue de la loi. Join Falun. Tourner la rue de la loi.
Okay.
So this book guides you in order to adapt to the universe, become better and in line with the universe. So probably the best book somebody could read. It will certainly make you a better person, but more probably it will guide you to very, very higher levels. It will make the most out of you. It's not just a book, it's a cultivation practice. This book is a guidance to enlightenment. It's not just any book. Joan Falun, Tourner la rue de la loi. I read it more than 20 times, and I still read it as often as I can.
Okay.
Always speaks to you differently. Falun Gong in China was considered evil, although it's exactly the opposite. It's pure, spiritual, beautiful practice, making everybody better.
Okay. So when did you start exactly?
4 years ago. I was in Cyprus, traveling, not exactly, but I was in Cyprus. I met a girl, we had a beautiful conversation. She invited me to learn about the exercises, like what we were talking, me and you.
Yeah.
And then when I did the exercises, I immediately felt it's better. It's the best thing I've ever tried regarding energy matters, because it's an energy exercise. And since then I practice it often, more and more. You can see something like a stretching or like a standing ballet, but it's more like a qigong, like they have yoga in India. Qigong, it is the practice of China.
Okay.
And Falun Gong is supposed to be the most important qigong of all times, of qigongs. There's this thing. Before I started my Workaway here, I was having plans of creating a community in a perfect area we have nearby. It's like 40 minutes from the center of Megalopoli. And there's the sea, and there's the hills, and there's a river inside the little forest, and there's already a friend of mine there who has tips and huts and like things happening. And the only problem was this: where would we find people for a community? And now apparently there are so many people coming here. So when I finish with my targets and my focus on that, probably I will expand, I will have more land, and I will be happy to welcome as much as possible volunteers to become members of community or just visitors. But I would consider myself always Workaway friendly. I told you, my girl is a Workawayer. I never slept with any Workawayers, girls that we had. It just was with her, and we probably might even get married or so. I'm open. She might abandon me. She might just leave me. It's alright. It happens all the time. So if my girl is began from Workaway, my very good friends from all over the world that are from Workaway, I mean, it's cool. Workaway is amazing. I would never like to stop it. Maybe I will have some more strict rules later on. We are too hippie at the moment. But let me say you something. Workaway reflects the host. So if the situation there appears to be chaotic, it just reflects the host. If it has to be very precise, very accurate, very strict. It's again the reflection. So who am I is what happens. I might be more precise later on, but for now I'm really cool.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Thank you very much, Michael.